So the first award we're going to highlight today is going to be the Hope for the Future Award. But we're going to start with a quote from one of my favorite leaders, favorite intellectuals, Dr. Huey P. Newman. Huey P. stated that the revolution has always been in the hands of the young always inherit the revolution. I also think about Tupac. Tupac at the time just talked about when you're young, you have a warrior spirit, but as you age, that warrior spirit tends to die. So those of us who are older, I think it's incumbent of us to make sure that we are not only passing the baton, but make sure that we're supporting those young folks as they begin to lead. Now, we're just talking it, you're living it. And more importantly, you're in the streets. It's easy to type it. It's more important actually being able to connect with those young brothers and sisters. So we want to make sure that we salute you, because oftentimes the work that we do, when it comes to community work, is thankless work. So we want to make sure that we celebrate you and encourage you to continue doing this work, because folks get burnt out doing it. You get burnt out when you don't feel like you're appreciated, or you don't feel like you're supported, or when you see people get supported who you know ain't outside. So at this moment, the Big Hope Project is making sure that we pat you on the back, encourage you to say keep going, but also we want to expose you to other people so they know that the good work that you're doing as well. So everybody, let's a round of applause and support each other.
Yeah, let's go, boy.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Peace. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
I'm not going to hold y'all for long. I want to thank the brothers of the Big Hope, because we started this journey around the same time. Anybody in the audience, help me count to 20 real quick. Come on, somebody, real quick. Y'all ready? Come on. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thank y'all so much. And the reason why 20 is so important to me is because that's how many years I spent in prison. I just spent 20 of my years, my young years, in prison. Justly, because I led a life where I was socially engineered and mentally manipulated to believe that a life of crime was the way to go, right? The so-called OGs told me that when I got older, I was going to be a dog. They told me I was a gangster. They told me I was going to be a real N-word. And they told me a lot of other things. But they left a whole script out. What they didn't tell me that I would take somebody's life, right, because of deep-rooted anger, intense self-hatred, and a lot of other things. They did not tell me that my mother would die as I sat in prison for 16 years. In 2016, my middle brother found our mother in the bed, dead, from a fentanyl overdose with a needle stuck in her arm. They left that out of the script. They did not tell me that I would leave 2 beautiful daughters to be raised by single mothers. Why didn't they tell me that? They did not tell me that my baby brother would spend 14 years of his life incarcerated because he wanted to be just like his big brother, and he got his wish. Why didn't they tell me that? So my job today is to tell these young inner city black youth, first, that I love you, bro. I love you. Secondly, you don't have to kill anybody. You don't have to go to jail, because it is not a badge of honor. You see, the so-called OGs, they conditioned me mentally where I looked forward to going to prison. Going to prison for me and my peers was a badge of honor. By the age of 18 years old, I had already been to 10 funerals. It was known for me and my peers to sleep inside the cemetery and speak to our dead homies. We would break night smoking weed and drinking Hennessy. And if we felt like it, then we would go get revenge. Before I leave, No young man should ever be socially engineered or educated to believe that spinning any neighborhood looking for his so-called op, who in reality looks just like him, is okay. Right now in the community, kids are being socially engineered to believe that killing is a badge of honor. That's not okay. So that's what I'm here to do.
You too.
Listen, if y'all don't know me, y'all know I'm everywhere because I'm in between events, and I told my team there was no way I was going to miss out on this event.
Yeah.
That when you are about these streets and about uplifting the people, you show up for everybody. And you create opportunities to show what is possible when you are invested in what the people are really doing. And that's what Big Hope is all about. So you know I had to come through because I already heard about Devon. He came to my office. Mr. McNeil was like, yo, what's up? I said, I got you. Let's figure it out. Because that's what we need more of. But before Mr. McNeil came into my life, I have to say there was one man. Like when COVID came, y'all, remember the fireworks? They were popping off in the city of Boston and nobody knew what to do with themselves. But everybody wanted to shut it down. Everybody wanted to lock up our kids or anyone that was doing it. They didn't want to create space for real people who are living the real realities out here to talk. But there was one young man that was going off on Facebook, letting everybody know about themselves. And he was like, y'all talking about me, I'm going to get involved in these conversations. And not only did he get involved in these conversations, he switched up the whole entire conversation, okay? So this young man, I got to know him through that process, but I got to know his heart and hustle, and his love for community, and his ability to be innovative, to think outside the box, to say, you know what, we could do for ourselves. Nothing without us, nothing for us without us, right? It's really for us. And when you dedicate your life to showing up for people, and you do so without people knowing that you're even doing that work, that's integrity. In the city of Boston, he has opened up a shop so that people can develop their own talent and showcase their work, right? When nobody was trying to open up the doors for him and his team worked with my office to push the city to open up vacant lots so that people can develop their work. And we got tired of waiting for the city, so he opened up his own shop in Jamaica Plain called The Scope. This young man, when you think about the work, when you think about the hood, when you think about what it really looks like to not have food on your table and have somebody ring your door and leave some food and keep on walking and not even take a photo, that is community work. Okay? When you do things for the love of your people and you do so with so much heart. Like I said, not only do I want to come to this event, but y'all got to give me the opportunity to present this award, because nothing gives me greater joy than to uplift people who are deeply rooted in community, who have so much heart, love, and dedication for what really matters, and does so with so much swag and so much authenticity, and tells it like it is, and keeps it 100. So you, Terrell Withers, come on up and get your love, because you deserve this and so much more.
Don't stop.
Yes!
Don't stop. I was up again for my last
I'm very nervous, but it's only because I'm very gracious. I have never really been a recipient of an award like this, the People Champs Award, which is, I feel like it's the most fitted for myself. But first of all, I want everybody to give a clap for yourself for being here today.
Yeah. Woo.
very important, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's here breathing in these times, and I think we all here to defeat more corruption in some form and fashion, so just thank you all for that. And honestly, thank you, Julie, we hear so much. And that's the ideology I wanted everybody to adapt, is that everybody is powerful. We do G's and Gents with Big Hope, and we did all these programs and stuff. People would think like I'm crazy, like how are you doing that with no money and stuff like that? But it's because I was going in with so much intention and not attention. So I really, really want everybody to know that liberation is key, and love is what we built this off. So please keep on stepping into power, everybody here. And I'm very gracious for this award, and thank you all for being here and clapping it up for me. Thank you so much. I'm the director of Voices Liberation. You can find us on Instagram. You can pull up Voices Liberation on Instagram. We have our own website and stuff. Also, come by Scope HQ. We're a black-owned business and also local-owned business where we do a lot of creative things for kids at all levels, and even reincarcerated brothers and my type of
Can't stop, won't stop. Yeah. Can't stop, won't stop, never stop.
So the work that you do is even more important today, especially in this age of misinformation, that we can actually have authentic storytelling. So Paris, we want to salute you and commend you and encourage you. So please come up here and receive your reward. Please, please. Paris, let's get it.
That's cute. That's pretty. I gotta put that somewhere nice. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Faulk. Thank you, Harry. Thank you, David, and everyone here. I want to say a really special thank you to my brother Quinn, who is here. My oldest brother Quinn, yes, visiting from North Carolina. He's got to catch a bus out to New York soon, so he may have to dip out shortly. But I want to say thank you also to my friends Quincy and Darian who are here. Thank you so much. And I'm going to tell you a quick story about my other brother, Wesley, who is not here. But Quinn and I were joking the other day about, I'm the youngest, I'm the only girl too, so I'm basically the older sister. And when I was younger, I remember they used to run around together all the time. They would be like, oh, like smoking weed and stuff. And I used to be like, I'm never doing that. Oh my God, it's so bad. Like, oh, this is not good. But it's funny because you mentioned narratives, and I think so much I had been taught and message about cannabis had been so negative and had been so misinformed about the people who were behind this magical plant and all that sort of thing. Not to mention though that my parents had their time and they didn't tell me the truth either. But in any event, you know, as I've come to grow as a person and as a journalist, I've learned so many things, not just about cannabis and its uses, but about the people behind it and about people who have been good stewards of this plant and of this substance, but have been so mistreated by the systems that have tried to control it and have failed to control it and still do. As we see in the state of Massachusetts, that is trying to achieve equity, but is somehow failing to do that and struggling to do that. And so I really just appreciate Harry and David for, I first reached out to Harry during Boston Cannabis Week shortly beforehand, because I wanted to make sure that we shed light on the legacy market and everything that people were trying to do to right some of those wrongs in their own way when larger institutions and systems weren't doing that. And I appreciate how gracious and receptive you were to me, because I understand that as a person in media and in journalism, which is another institution that has harmed Black and brown people, it's very, very possible and very justified for people to not trust when someone comes calling to ask questions. So thank you for answering my calls and continuing to build and cultivate this relationship with me. It really means a lot. And in fact, this semester, I'm thinking in terms of semester because it's this thing I'm doing from school now, but in the next few months, Harry and I and folks at Garden Remedies and Paper Cranes will be collaborating on a project to look deeper into the way that equity has or hasn't worked here in the state of Massachusetts and the things that can be done to